Wendy Williams was one of a few who actually called out Sean Diddy Combs in his heyday, and her career suffered because of it. Now, with everything we're learning about the disgraced mogul, turns out she was right. Now, she's breaking her silence. Wendy, you called it, she told the Daily Mail exclusively, including some people from my family who have said the same. Popular host said she was doing good in the wake of her aphasia diagnosis and her health concerns. That's good to hear. She was horrified at the video of Combs with Cassie in the hotel lobby. As she says, you know how I feel about that. It's about time. To see this video on TV of Cassie it was just horrific. But now you have to think how many more times, how many more people, how many more women. It's just so horrible.
Wendy Williams, known for her unapologetic opinions, has once again voiced her thoughts, this time about Sean Diddy Combs. True to form, she didn't mince words, emphasizing that she had foreseen Diddy's actions long before his recent legal troubles came to light. Wendy Williams recently opened up about how her early criticism of Sean...
25 of those victims were minors when the alleged abuse occurred. If you missed that, be sure to check out that video. But a lot of people have been asking, what would Wendy Williams say today? Especially because Wendy Williams has been on Sean Diddy Combs' neck since the early 90s. Even so much so that he got her fired and kicked out of New York City for a period of time. Well, now, according to 2Fab, they have the statement in regards to what Wendy Williams has to say about everything that's been playing out. And I literally had the thought earlier today. I said, I know Wendy has her moments of clarity. You know, as you know, she has been diagnosed with dementia, but I know she has her moments of clarity like anyone with dementia has. And I wonder what her perspective would be.
Diddy Combs once led to her losing a radio job. Looking back, she views that sacrifice as a badge of honor, proudly embracing it as proof of...
When I was talking about Wendy Williams and this whole Sean Diddy situation. So 2Fab writes this. They said, after talking about him all the time on her daytime talk show, and on the radio before that, Wendy Williams is breaking her silence following the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs on allegations of trafficking. The host has been fearless throughout her career as a radio DJ and host of The Wendy Williams Show in calling out celebrities, targeting Diddy on more than one time for what she saw as problematic or concerning.
Her unwavering authenticity. With Sean Diddy Combs now facing serious allegations, Wendy Williams expressed a sense of vindication. She hinted that the world might finally understand what she's been saying all along. Her remarks, laced with satisfaction and an unmistakable "I told you so" tone, underscore her lasting...
I heard abuse whispers. So
really?
I was thinking, yeah.
I heard gay. I'd never heard porn.
I always heard gay.
Gay nonstop. And that was enough. People were like...
That's because of Wendy Williams.
What'd you say?
Oh, that was Wendy. Wendy's whole thing was Diddy was gay since the 90s.
She knew, dog.
No, Wendy was throwing that out there.
Apology.
That's why Wendy got fired from Hot 97. Wendy got fired from Hot 97 by Diddy, because that's when Bad Boy was smoking hot.
Wow.
And, yeah, she got fired for putting that out there. Like,
do you think that Diddy held on to the gay rumors so that people didn't know what he really was?
Yeah.
ooh.
Because that's the perfect smokescreen. You'd rather people think you're gay than be...
Wait, here's the wild thing. We still don't know what Diddy is.
I mean, we
That's
know
the thing.
little.
We know little. We know bits and pieces.
Yeah.
This shit might be deeper than rap. We don't know. Like, this might be a whole rabbit hole. You might be like, oh, shit.
Well, turns out it is. Now, who knew how deep the rabbit hole goes? That's the current question. But the rumors about Diddy have been going on for a long while. And yes, Charlemagne wasn't the only one calling this out. Former bodyguard Gene Deal alluded to this as well.
And he told a story about Wendy Williams. She got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view. And what was in the picture?
We were in Cancun. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. Some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like he was gay, something like that. She was gonna put it out. Wendy had shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. He was
influence in the realm of celebrity commentary. Wendy Williams has never shied away from speaking her mind, especially when it comes to high-profile and controversial figures. Her recent comments on Sean Diddy Combs are no exception. As Diddy faces serious allegations, including misconduct and trafficking, Williams took the opportunity to remind everyone that she had called out his behavior years ago. Reflecting on her early radio career, she recalled how her bold criticism of Diddy once cost her a job, a setback she now views as vindication of her long-held doubts about the music.
Keep in mind that Wendy and Diddy worked very closely together, but in an interesting way, because in 1993 he started Bad Boy Records, and in 1994 she was working in New York radio. So she was playing a lot of the music, commentating on a lot of the music, and they had an interesting, relationship, kind of like frenemies. Especially in 1998 when she spread rumors that Diddy may be gay, which we've heard plenty of times, and once that news got to him, he actually pulled some strings and got her fired from her job. She claims she received a photo of a man allegedly pulling Diddy's shorts down while he was on vacation in Cancun. Wendy actually was fired from her job before she could even address the photo on air.
On the same day, Sean Diddy Combs was denied bail by another federal judge again. He was slapped with another lawsuit, this one for $10 million. The plaintiff in this case is a friend of Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, and she's seeking $10 million in damages from the embattled music mogul. Fashion designer and photographer Brianna Bongolan, also known as Vanna, filed her lawsuit last week in Los Angeles Superior Court, accusing the Bad Boy Records founder of battery and dangling her off a 17th-story balcony. The balcony incident was briefly mentioned in Cassie's now settled federal lawsuit against Combs. However, she didn't mention her friend by name. According to court documents obtained by Rolling Stone, the incident happened on or about September 26 of 2016. Bongolan says she became close with Cassie 2 years prior while the two worked together at an LA store in 2014. And through Cassie, that's how Bongolan met Sean Combs. According to the suit, she believed Combs could offer once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to collaborate with him and his business, but she claims it only led to terror and abuse at his hands. She claims she began to see disturbing signs of an abusive relationship between Cassie and Diddy, including the mogul allegedly calling Cassie's phone repeatedly if she didn't answer his calls, and showing up unannounced to her apartment while accusing others of trying to sleep with his then girlfriend.
Mogul. Wendy Williams reflects with a strong sense of vindication, recounting how people have often told her, "Wendy, you called it." She stands firm in her early warnings about Sean Diddy Combs, emphasizing that her criticisms were never baseless. As she addresses the recent allegations against Diddy, Williams suggests they align closely with what she's been saying all along, further
the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage.
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You represent a lot to a lot of people in general. Cassie didn't go to Puffy's birthday party, and that was last month. And now, allegedly, Puffy and his baby's mother, Kim Porter, were seen coming out of the sex store together.
Bangalore, hopefully I'm saying that right, on the 17th floor balcony. Now, I don't know, man. It's so much. It's honestly hard to keep up. I could probably do so many stories.
Solidifying her reputation for unapologetic honesty. As a proud mother of a 16-year-old now, a young man I had the pleasure of meeting backstage, and who truly is wonderful, I just want to say thank you for all you've done and how much you mean to so many. Switching gears, it's worth noting that Cassie didn't attend Diddy's birthday party last month, which raised a few eyebrows. Adding to the intrigue, there are reports of Diddy.
Because I still, for the life of me, and I like you, Cassie, and hiphop, but I still don't know what Cassie does except for walk around and look pretty. I've got something very important to tell you. After 11 years of romance, Puffy and Cassie are officially broken up. I mean, it's everywhere, including People magazine, so you know it's true. So Puffy is 48, Cassie's 32, 11 years of her life. I was asked during our morning meeting, do I think that she wasted 11 years? I said, well, In a lot of ways, yeah, because, you know, when you're in your 20s, like she probably doesn't know how to apply for a mortgage. No, you laugh, but I'm talking about the practical things of life, you know? Doesn't know how to apply for a mortgage. She's probably always been on his insurance, you know, so she needs an insurance card, a Cigna or something to get all checked out. You guys are laughing. How to buy a car. Is renting, leasing, or buying practical for her?
The allegations include an incident where Combs allegedly dangled her off of a 17th floor balcony in Los Angeles in 2016. This was at the luxury apartment of Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, and Brianna was staying with Cassie at the time, and she alleges that Combs arrived enraged, made his way into the apartment and attacked her. He allegedly battered Miss Brianna, dangled her off a 17-story high balcony, and then slammed her into patio furniture on the balcony. And oh my goodness.
And Kim Porter, the mother of one of his children, being spotted leaving a sex store called Bang Allen, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, before being seen on a 17th floor balcony. Honestly, with so much happening in their orbit, it's hard to keep track of it all. I could probably spend hours sharing countless stories, and I still wouldn't cover everything. The allegations against Sean Diddy Combs are deeply serious.
Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
I can say woman too, because she is suing under the Gender Motivated Violence Act and claims and says under penalty of perjury, she's a woman. So nobody come for me about no misgendering, okay? I would never do that ever on purpose. That's what it says in the lawsuit. Y'all go read it. Okay, so she is a fashion designer. Brianna goes by Bana, and she was Cassie's friend. She had supposedly allegedly met Diddy, according to this lawsuit,
involving claims of misconduct and trafficking that have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. While Diddy has pleaded not guilty and maintains his innocence, the weight of these accusations has brought renewed attention to his past behavior that Wendy Williams notably called out during her radio days, long before these controversies came to light. Wendy Williams' commentary highlights the broader implications of Sean.
On the same day, Sean Diddy Combs was denied bail by another federal judge again. He was slapped with another lawsuit, this one for $10 million. The plaintiff in this case is a friend of Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, and she's seeking $10 million in damages from the embattled music mogul. Fashion designer and photographer Brianna Bongolan, also known as Vanna, filed her lawsuit last week in Los Angeles Superior Court, accusing the Bad Boy Records founder of sexual battery and dangling her off a 17th-story balcony. The balcony incident was briefly mentioned in Cassie's now settled federal lawsuit against Combs. However, she didn't mention her friend by name. According to court documents obtained by Rolling Stone, the incident happened on or about September 26 of 2016. Bongolan says she became close with Cassie 2 years prior while the two worked together at an LA store in 2014. And through Cassie, that's how Bongolan met Sean Combs. According to the suit, she believed Combs could offer once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to collaborate with him and his business, but she claims it only led to terror and abuse at his hands. She claims she began to see disturbing signs of an abusive relationship between Cassie and Diddy, including the mogul allegedly calling Cassie's phone repeatedly if she didn't answer his calls, and showing up unannounced to her apartment while accusing others of trying to sleep with his then-girlfriend.
On Diddy Combs' legal troubles, suggesting that his arrest could signify a pivotal moment, not just for him, but for the entertainment industry as a whole. She believes that bringing these issues to light creates an opportunity for reflection and potentially a reckoning, forcing the industry to confront behaviors that have been overlooked or tolerated for far too long. True to form, Wendy Williams does
Bangalore, hopefully I'm saying that right, on the 17th floor balcony. Now, I don't know, man. It's so much. It's honestly hard to keep up. I could probably do so many It's so many stories.
Hold back when sharing her candid thoughts on Sean Diddy Combs' current situation. She hints that his legal troubles are a form of karmic justice, the culmination of years of alleged misconduct. Her tone carries a sense of vindication as she reflects on how the concerns she raised long ago are finally being recognized. To Wendy, this reckoning feels not only inevitable, but long overdue.
I can say woman too, because she is suing under the Gender Motivated Violence Act and claims and says under penalty of perjury, she's a woman. So nobody come for me about no misgendering, okay? I would never do that ever on purpose. That's what it says in the lawsuit. Y'all go read it. Okay, so she is a fashion designer. Brianna goes by Bana, and she was Cassie's friend. She had supposedly allegedly met Diddy. According to this law,
Wendy Williams' relationship with Sean Diddy Combs is undeniably complex, rooted in a decades-long feud. Over the years, Williams has frequently called out his actions and lifestyle choices, often sparking controversy. This history lends significant weight to her current remarks, as they aren't solely about the recent allegations, but also about a persistent pattern of behavior she has been spotlighting for years. Her pointed commentary.
According to your lawsuit, you were hired by a security firm to work security at one of the infamous white parties that was thrown by Sean Combs in the Hamptons. What was that experience like?
At first, he was incredibly friendly, very gracious.
So you had a friendly chat, and then according to your lawsuit, at some point later in the night, Sean Combs himself offered you a drink. This didn't come from staff or someone holding a tray of drinks, it came from him directly.
Correct. The first drink started to have some effect on me, and I just thought, wow, these are really strong drinks. It wasn't until the second drink, and it was already too late, that I realized that there was something wrong with the drinks.
What was the worst moment of your teenage years?
My worst moment of my teenage years was probably being locked up. It was scary. It was in Miami. But what people don't know about that story is the police actually were being corrupt. And I know this sounds crazy, but when they clocked me for driving, I was actually going under the speed limit. They said that we were drag racing and all this sort of stuff, and it just wasn't true. So just clarification, I wasn't drinking and driving, all that sort of stuff, so yeah, I don't think I've ever really set the record straight. I think I did a little bit, but yeah, that's the truth.
Is shaped by a long-standing dynamic that has kept their names intertwined in the public eye. Wendy Williams' perspective has drawn some criticism, with detractors accusing her of being opportunistic, using Diddy's troubles as a way to elevate her own profile. Others argue that her past criticisms of him were too harsh or unfounded. Despite this backlash, Williams remains unfazed, confident in her views and
Remember how you fled the scene and lied to the authorities and public for 20 plus years about that night? Do you think about that woman on these holidays, or when you manicure your perfect face while she still has bullet fragments from the weapon in your purse? In hers. This tweet has got 40 million views with 288,000 likes. Oh my gosh. As you guys know, when Jennifer Lopez uploads to Instagram, she limits her comments, so you're not really seeing people's outrage over this Diddy situation.
Expressing a sense of vindication as the serious allegations against Diddy continue to unfold. Her unapologetic stance underscores her unwavering commitment to speaking her truth, regardless of public opinion. In discussing Diddy's arrest, Wendy Williams expands the conversation to the broader cultural context of the entertainment industry. She highlights how the industry has long been plagued by issues of misconduct, with Diddy's
representing alleged victims of Sean Diddy Combs say the current cases against the music mogul are just the tip of the iceberg and that other celebrities will be implicated. Lisa Bloom was speaking to our arts and entertainment correspondent, Katie Spencer. She went on to be in another band that the rapper formed called Diddy Dirty Money. Now, in her case, she alleges that she was subjected to inhumane working conditions and had threats made to her life. And Lisa Bloom, who we caught up with in Los Angeles, has been talking to us about how she believes there are hundreds more people she feels that could be making cases who are too scared to speak out. Here's what she told me.
I look forward to taking Sean Combs' deposition in prison. For one thing, we know where he is. He can't say he's unavailable and out of town.
Lawyer Lisa Bloom is representing this woman, pictured next to Combs here, singer Dawn Richard, a member of 2 bands formed by the rapper.
She alleges that she was groped and grabbed by Sean Combs, that she witnessed him physically assaulting other women, that he restrained her, locked her into cars and other places, falsely imprisoned her. And it was just a really terrifying experience for her.
Every single one of them, after the rapes, were threatened. They were threatened with physical harm. They were told, if you do anything, it's not going to be good for you. And Sean Combs is not somebody who runs around with a bunch of choir boys. And those threats are very real to all of these men. One of them knew him from the neighborhood, knew the people he ran with, and knew that these were not empty threats. These were not a bunch of lawyers in offices somewhere. These are guys who can follow through, make your life end, cause you physical harm. So they were
Case serving as just one example of a larger, systemic problem. Williams suggests that by bringing these issues to light, there is an opportunity for meaningful change, one that includes holding individuals accountable and fostering a safer, more ethical environment within the industry. Williams's commentary extends beyond Diddy, also reflecting on her own journey in the industry. She recalls the challenges she faced, particularly the backlash she endured for speaking out against powerful figures like Diddy. Losing her radio job for her criticism was
taking Diddy some turkey in prison today. Did you have fun at all the Diddy parties? You smuggling in some stuff in that turkey for Diddy? Did you at least send Diddy a plate? There's too much baby oil on the turkey. Diddy list is coming! Hope your last Thanksgiving outside of prison was a bang. Oh my gosh. Like, that's bad. J-Lo is so cooked, man. What I'm saying, right? For Jennifer Lopez's sake, why doesn't she say anything, man? Like, the entire internet is coming for this woman.
So this story is actually not new. It's a non-hap. It just keeps getting regurgitated.
Yes.
Well, non-hap was for you, Alyssa.
Yeah, I love non-hap.
Yeah,
I would just like to add to the story that when you go around shouting your love from the rooftops, it gets tricky when things don't go well. So my advice is keep your mouth shut.
But people start hating on it. But they're J-Lo and Big. But that's the thing. Maybe if they...
I mean, I don't even tell Steve I love him in public. I don't say it in private either, but still. Because telling everybody how much you love each other and writing it on Instagram and on Facebook. And then you get a divorce and everybody says, oh, you see? Except they have one apologist over here who thinks they made a
significant setback. But Williams views it as a powerful testament to her unwavering commitment to truth-telling, regardless of the personal cost. Her experience underscores the risks she took in standing up for what she believed, reinforcing her belief that integrity is worth the sacrifice. As the conversation around Diddy's legal issues unfolds, Wendy Williams's voice remains a prominent one. Her willingness to speak openly, even when her opinions are controversial or unpopular, has been a defining aspect of her career. In this instance, her commentary serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of holding public figures accountable. It also underscores the vital role media personalities can play in bringing critical issues to light, challenging the status quo, and prompting important conversations about ethics and responsibility within the industry. In conclusion, Wendy Williams's response to Diddy's recent legal troubles is a